In this video, I will be discussing how the circulatory system maintains the body's homeostasis with the help of blood and vessels. Let's begin by talking about blood. The four main components of blood are red blood cells, plasma, white blood cells, and platelets, all of which play a vital part in maintaining bodily function. Beginning with red blood cells, one of their functions is to transport oxygen from your lungs to your body's tissues. Your tissues produce energy with the oxygen, releasing waste like carbon dioxide. Red blood cells take the carbon dioxide waste to your lungs for you to exhale, and they develop in the body's bone marrow, releasing into your bloodstream after they fully mature, taking about 6 or 7 days. The second component of blood is plasma, which carries out several different functions. Plasma brings red blood cells to your lungs so they can pick up oxygen and release carbon dioxide. It also maintains blood pressure so blood vessels stay open, making circulation possible. Plasma is also responsible for the delivery of water, hormones, nutrients, electrolytes, and proteins to parts of your body that need them. Another important function is how it carries immune cells and delivers them to areas that are dealing with threats like infection. The third component of blood is white blood cells, which are part of the body's immune system that aid in fighting infection. As your white blood cells travel through your bloodstream and tissues, they locate the site of an infection and act as an army general to notify other white blood cells of their location to help defend your body from an attack by an unknown organism. Once your white blood cell army arrives, it fights the invader by producing antibody proteins to attach to the organism and destroy it. Contrary to their name, white blood cells are colorless but can appear as a very light purple to pink color when examined under a microscope and colored with dye. The final component of blood are platelets, which are tiny blood cell fragments that help stop bleeding and heal injuries. When a blood vessel is damaged, they quickly stick to the site, clump together to form a plug, and release chemical signals that activate clotting proteins. This creates a stable blood clot and also supports tissue repair through growth factors they release. This liquid portion of blood makes up about 55% of total blood volume. It is made of mostly water, along with proteins, ions, nutrients, gases, hormones, and waste products. The key property of plasma is water, as it is known as the universal solvent, and because it is polar, it can dissolve things like ions, gases, nutrients, waste products, and proteins, allowing substances to be transported throughout the body via plasma. Additionally, water's high heat capacity helps regulate body temperature. The 6 most important parts of plasma would begin with plasma proteins, which maintain the osmotic pressure of blood, which keeps fluid in blood and prevents edema, and also acts as a carrier for hormones, drugs, and fatty acids. The second component of plasma is antibodies, which are a part of the immune system and bind to pathogens like bacteria and viruses to help destroy or neutralize them. The third is fibrinogen, which is a key clotting protein, which converts into fibrin during clot formation to stop bleeding. The fourth component is electrolytes, which maintain fluid balance, regulate nerve and muscle function, and help maintain pH and osmotic pressure. The fifth component is nutrients, which provide energy for cells, supply building blocks for growth and repair, and are essential for metabolism. The final component of plasma are the waste products inside of it, which transport metabolic waste to the kidneys, lungs, and liver for excretion. CO2 carried in plasma helps regulate acid-base balance. Another important part of blood is platelets, which are small disc-shaped cell fragments in the blood whose primary function is to initiate and support blood clotting. When a blood vessel is damaged, platelets rapidly adhere to the injury site, change from smooth discs into irregular spiky shapes, and release chemicals that attract more platelets and activate the clotting cascade, ultimately forming a stable fibrin clot. They are among the smallest cellular components of blood, measuring only about 2 to 3 micrometers in diameter. Despite their small size, platelets are essential for preventing excessive bleeding and maintaining vascular integrity. Let's move on to talk about the structure and function of vessels in the body. Arteries, veins, and capillaries are the 3 main types of blood vessels, each with distinct structures that can support their specific functions in circulation. Arteries have thick, elastic muscular walls that can withstand and maintain the high pressure of blood pumped from the heart. They carry oxygenated blood away from the heart, except pulmonary arteries. Veins, in contrast, have thinner, less muscular walls and contain valves that prevent backflow, allowing them to return blood to the heart under much lower pressure. Most veins carry deoxygenated blood, except the pulmonary veins. Capillaries are the smallest and thinnest blood vessels, consisting of a single layer of endothelial cells, which allows for efficient exchange of gases, nutrients, and waste products between the blood and surrounding tissues. Together, their specialized structures enable them to transport blood effectively and support the body's metabolic needs. Carrying on with the last section, capillaries are one of the most important parts of the circulatory system, because they are the sites where the actual exchange of gases, nutrients, and waste occurs between the blood and the body's tissues. Their extremely thin, 1-cell thick walls allow substances to move easily in and out of the bloodstream. The blood pressure in capillaries is lower than in arteries, which is essential because it prevents these delicate vessels from bursting while still providing enough force to push nutrients and oxygen out of the blood and draw wastes and carbon dioxide back in. This balanced pressure ensures that every cell in the body receives what it needs to function and stay healthy. Thank you so much for watching this video about the circulatory system and the different parts of it that keep the body alive.